It's not fabricated. His mama told him. And Wanda wrote an affidavit. The affidavit's been out there all this time, all these years. Now, all of a sudden, it's fabricated? First of all, everybody, this case has been going on since 2000, I want to say 2011. It's been 14 years. 14 years of us pursuing, in the beginning, paternity, and then after that, the damages and all the things that go along with litigating fraud. Let's get that clear, right? There has been no maternity after that. What we're doing right now in California against Mr. Carter, Jay-Z, we are looking for damages, everybody. We're not looking to go back and do any kind of do-over, if you will, of a state court. Let's get that clear, right? This case that we're doing is not about paternity. It is about fraud and fraud upon the court.
The lawsuit has shaken the industry. It centers on Rymir Satterthwaite, a man who claims rap legend Jay-Z is his father. Nobody expected a reaction, least of all from Jay-Z and Beyonce. But they did respond. In 2022, Jay-Z moved to shut down Rymir's endless filings, hitting him with an injunction for wasting the court's time. He demanded the newest federal case be dismissed at once. From his statement, it seemed clear. Jay believed Rymir was chasing money, not truth. Reports suggest Beyonce stands by him, backing every move. And in a surprising twist, whispers say the couple even convinced Rymir to withdraw his complaint. Still, this saga hasn't ended. Recently, Rymir and his godmother Lily Coley filed yet another lawsuit, dragging Jay-Z back into court. By order of the judge, Sean Corey Carter, the name behind Jay-Z, was told to answer the complaint no later than July 18th, 2025. This case keeps unfolding, and the drama only grows louder. The legal battle took another turn when Lily Coley, Rymir's godmother, filed her case on May 6th, 2025. Proof of service was placed on record by May 29th, confirming that the papers had been delivered on May 19th. More documents followed in June, each pushing the matter deeper into the court system. On June 15th, she asked for a default ruling against the defendant, but the request was denied. The very next day, she tried again. And this time, the request for default remained pending. In her sworn declaration, Coley said she had received no word from the defense, no agreement, no response. Yet, the defense told a very different story. According to their filings, they had emailed her several times since June 11th, even speaking on the phone about an extension. The judge reminded both sides about their duties under federal law. The defense argued that service had been improper, but out of caution, but agreed to appear. In the end, the court granted the defendant until July 18th, 2025 to respond. The judge's ruling was clear. The defense had until July 18th, 2025 to respond to the complaint. But beyond the paperwork, the real drama begins. The story goes back to 1982. According to claims, Wanda, Rymir's mother, met Jay-Z in Philadelphia. He later took her to his aunt's apartment in Brooklyn, New York. They were intimate, reportedly used protection, but it failed. Aside from one brief visit 2 weeks later, Wanda never saw him again and had no way to reach him. Years later, when Rymir was just 8, Wanda told her son that she believed Jay-Z was his father. At that time, another man, Robert Graves, Wanda's boyfriend, was listed as the father on Rymir's birth certificate. But in 2011, a DNA test proved Robert was not the biological dad, and his name was removed. Wanda explained she had only ever been with Jay-Z and Robert, which left only one possibility in her mind. Jay-Z was the father.
7. My mom had to sit down with me. I guess she thought I was old enough to know now, and she been saying Sean Carter, that's what she was calling him at first before she was calling it Jay-Z, and I really didn't know who that was because I was young and, you know, had my little brother, and I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but I really this was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about, but she constantly put it in my head like, son, it's not your father, and I really want you to know it is. This person is your father, and I just want you to know. And she continued to tell me that over the years and over the years and over the years.
Rumors say Wanda once tried to make Jay-Z accept responsibility. She even filed a civil lawsuit for child support. But the case was dismissed. It had been filed in the wrong state and was never brought back. At that time, Jay-Z's lawyer declared that Jay had no interest in custody of Rymir. For over a decade, Rymir has begged for one thing, a paternity test. But Jay has never agreed. The reason insiders say is haunting. Wanda was just 16 years old when she gave birth. If Jay acknowledged the test, he would also be acknowledging a sexual relationship with a girl who was underage. Even Wanda's godmother confirmed this was likely the issue. She recalled a call from Jay-Z's in-house lawyer, who at first sounded willing to settle quietly. They even spoke about Rymir's music and the idea of signing him to Jay-Z's label after he finished high school. But suddenly, new lawyers stepped in, and the tone shifted. The fight has dragged on for years, reaching all the way to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court shut the door, ruling it had no power to reopen appeals or unseal old records. But Rymir pressed on, refiling in the New Jersey Superior Court. His battle only grew harder. Jay-Z's lawyers argued he had no ties to New Jersey, no home, no property, so he could not be forced into a DNA test there. The court required only one thing, that Jay-Z respond to the complaint. In his filing, Jay claimed he'd been harassed for years by Rymir, his late mother Wanda, and his godmother. He insisted these same accusations had already been raised, then dismissed by multiple courts. He refused to confirm or deny fatherhood, but painted the case as endless falsehoods. His attorneys reminded the court that back in 1994, Wanda named another man as the father, and he was ordered to pay child support. By 2010, judges warned her she could not name a new father decades later. In his response, Jay-Z highlighted more than 15 years of court rulings that rejected Rymir's claims. He argued the latest case was nothing but a way to sidestep the 2022 injunction, which barred Rymir and his godmother from filing new lawsuits in New Jersey without approval. Jay demanded dismissal and repayment of his expenses. Rymir denied ever being served the injunction. He said earlier rulings were rooted in fraud, stripping him of due process and shielding Jay-Z from perjury. He rejected the idea that his mother once named another man, saying she was underage at the time of his birth. He insists this is not about money. His filing sought only damages for emotional pain, reputation, lost support, and legal costs. To prove his point, he cited Tina Knowles, who wrote in her book that Jay-Z once owned property in New Jersey, and Rymir claims Jay has held his DNA since 2011. And then came a reply from Rymir's godmother. She pushed back against Jay-Z's claims, insisting the court itself had already confirmed the complaint was served on him properly and on time. She also made one thing clear. This fight, in her eyes, is not just about paternity.
It's not fabricated. His mama told him. And Wanda wrote an affidavit. The affidavit's been out there all this time. All these years. Now all of a sudden, it's fabricated?
Rymir's godmother added that no one involved in the case, not Rymir, not his late mother Wanda, not even herself, has ever been found in contempt of court. Despite this battle lasting more than a decade, she said the matter is still clouded with legal confusion. Then, on July 22, 2025, Rymir suddenly filed to withdraw his case. The only clue came from a cryptic post on X. He wrote, "Changes were made to my case on July 18th, 2025, around 3:30 p.m. These changes were made without our knowledge. We will explain soon, but it's all about my mother now." The post left everyone guessing. Rymir promised answers, but for now, the mystery lingers. What do you think of Jay-Z's latest defense and the claim he's had Rymir's DNA since 2012? Do you believe this is about truth or just money?